Hi everyone. Are you a mom that is struggling with letting go with someone you love? And in this case, obviously your adult child, which is probably the most difficult person to let go of. Well, this video is for you. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked this difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And when her life spiraled, so did mine. So I understand and can empathize with where you're at right now. Whether you are in the very beginning of this or you are in the messy middle, as I call it, it really is a journey, and it's something I really want you to be able to learn to focus on you about. And that's why letting go, learning to let go, not forget, not move on, but let go and move forward is so important. So in regards to this, we all know, even with, if you may have an adult child that you have a great relationship with, we all know that there's a different type of dynamic as our kids grow older. And it's really important to know that, there is a way to keep a strong relationship, and the bond that you have with even that other child is different than maybe it was when they were younger. Why? Because they are growing into their own. They're growing into their own person, and they're going to have bumps along the way. And sometimes they're not serious bumps, and you're able to work through it together, and life goes on. And then in this case, where you have maybe an estrangement with your adult child, or maybe there is just a lot of animosity and disrespect and just a lot of hurt and pain in your relationship. Now, if that's you, I want you to remember that this is not going to be forever. I am a firm believer of that. And I know some people don't like to hear that, but I am a firm believer that there is always hope. There's always hope. Everyone has the opportunity to change if they want to. And I want you to remember that. And that doesn't just go for your son or daughter, that goes for you too. And when it comes to change, I could talk to you all day about that, because that is something that I finally dived into during this season that I was going through with my daughter. But leading up to that point where I made that decision, it was pure chaos for me, pure chaos. And then I learned that I had to be okay, whether she was going to be okay or not. Whether she chose to come back to us or not, I had to keep going, right? For myself. And if you don't have it in you right now to even feel like you're doing it for yourself, then do it for someone else. Do it for one of your other kids, for your spouse, your friends, your family, whoever that person is that you have a bond with. You need to do it. My hope is that you're doing it for you, and eventually you will. But whatever it takes to get you started on that path is what I would love for you. Rebuilding family relationships, once you're estranged, rebuilding is something that we hope for. This is what we strive for. But I want you to remember that when you rebuild any relationship, parent, child, maybe your marriage, friendships, whatever it is, that doesn't go without a strain. That doesn't happen very easily in a true fashion if you are not doing the work. If two people are not coming together, figuring out their own mess, right? We're all in that messy middle. And when two people are able to admit that they have some concerns, some issues, whatever it is, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, or maybe they're just making really bad choices, right? Well, there's always something deeper. There's always a reason why people are acting that way. And when we are wanting to rebuild relationships, that takes two people working on themselves to make that happen. And I'm a firm believer in that. You may say, oh, but I'm fine and my adult child is the one with the issue. Or, whoever, you can blame someone else. And it's not always 50-50, of course. But at the same time, you have to take responsibility and look in the mirror for whatever your part is. And even if you didn't play a part in whatever it is that separated you, you do owe it to yourself and to that relationship and your other relationships to mend whatever is going on inside of you. And so that's why it's so important to letting go of someone you love, regardless of that person, is to be able to focus on you, because I'm the only person I can change. You're the only person that you can change. So let's start here, right? So for those of you that I've never chatted with before, in the comment section of this video, there will be a link for a discovery call. And that's an opportunity for you and I to talk so I can hear more about what's going on with your family, what's your situation, and how it's affecting you. And I have a group coaching program for moms just like you that are struggling and trying to figure out, how do I let go? I feel alone, right? Maybe you're feeling alone. Maybe you're feeling like nobody gets you. And, there's certain situations in life, this being one of them, where unless you've gone through this situation, it is hard to empathize with people because it's really easy for someone to just tell you to just get over it, right? And many times they mean that out of love. But at the end of the day, we all know that it's not just a snap of the finger and we're getting over it. But I will help you and encourage you and push you to move forward. And so that's what the group is about. But I would love to talk to you about that. It all starts with a discovery call. So we can figure out together, and I can give you the best recommendation on how I feel I can help you, or if I feel the group is a good choice for you. So like I mentioned, rebuilding this family relationship, it all starts with you. Well, if it starts with you, that is self-care. That's personal growth. Setting that example. And maybe you're in a situation where you're estranged and you can't physically set the example. I promise you, when my daughter and I were separated, estranged for many years, and she wasn't here to see my growth. She wasn't here to see me stop drinking. She wasn't here to see a lot of this stuff, but I was doing it anyway. I was doing it because I wanted to choose life for myself, because it wasn't going real well for me. And so I chose to make things different, and you can too. And maybe drinking isn't your situation. Maybe it's something else, right? We all have something that we run to. And maybe it's just a matter of, reframing your thoughts and working with myself and other moms that are going to understand where you're coming from. Regardless, I want you to have a support system. It's so crucial in life as it is. But when you're in this tough season, this journey, this is not something that you're meant to do alone. And so I hope that helps you today. And I look forward to talking with those of you that I haven't and see if this is a good fit for you, because I do want you to know that you're not alone, because that is probably one of the number one things that moms tell me when I get on this discovery call. They're like, oh my gosh, I found you on YouTube and I thought I was the only person going through this, right? You're not the only person going through this. And that's sad to say, right? We don't want all these families broken like this, but you are not alone. And so there is some comfort in knowing that as well. So I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you soon.